Okay, picture this. A world where life-saving drugs are created in just a few months, not over 10 or 15 years. Well, that's not science fiction anymore. It's the reality that's being built right now, and it's all powered by artificial intelligence. Today, we're going to dive into how AI is completely shaking up the world of pharmacy and really the future of medicine itself.
And yeah, that quote really hits the nail on the head. This isn't some far-off idea. We are at a huge turning point, you know? The digital revolution is finally getting real, and it's touching everything from how we design brand new drugs down to the daily job of your pharmacist down the street.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It says everything. The old way of discovering drugs, it was like this long, winding marathon that took a decade, maybe more, and was just full of dead ends. But now, with AI, it's a direct launch. We're talking about compressing that whole timeline into just a few months. This isn't just a small step up. It's a complete reinvention of how we even think about making medicine.
So you're probably wondering, how in the world is this incredible speed even possible? Well, a huge part of the answer is a technology called AlphaFold. It's this amazing AI that solves one of biology's oldest and trickiest puzzles, figuring out the 3D shape of proteins. A task that used to take years, literal years, of painstaking lab work can now be done in hours. This just blows the doors wide open for designing super-targeted drugs for things like cancer.
Now, with AI handling all that heavy data crunching, the pharmacist's role isn't getting smaller, it's actually evolving into something way more important. They're moving from just behind the counter to the very front lines of medical innovation. We're talking about them analyzing real-world data, helping create treatments tailored just for you, and making sure all the ethics are handled correctly.
And this, of course, brings up the big question on everyone's mind, right? With automation this powerful, what happens to the human expert? Are we about to see pharmacists replaced by machines?
Look, the fear is totally understandable, but the reality is much more about evolution, not replacement. AI is fantastic at all the repetitive stuff. Managing inventory, doing those initial prescription checks. But this doesn't get rid of the pharmacist. It actually frees them up to focus on the much more complex clinical work that absolutely requires human judgment and, of course, empathy.
But, this whole evolution isn't exactly a walk in the park. It comes with some really serious challenges. We're talking about huge questions here, like how do we keep our sensitive patient data safe? If an AI gets something wrong, who's responsible? And this is a big one. How do we fix algorithmic bias? Because if an AI is only trained on data from one group of people, it could give totally wrong results for others. It's a massive technical problem that researchers are working on right now.
So how do we even begin to tackle these risks? Well, the answer is to build a really strong set of rules. It's like everyone's coming together to write the global rulebook. In the US, you've got HIPAA and the FDA. The EU is really paving the way with things like GDPR and the AI Act. And on a global scale, the World Health Organization is laying out ethical principles to make sure this is all done safely.
And these new rules aren't just being pulled out of thin air. They're built on the same core pillars that have guided medicine for centuries. Things like autonomy, a patient's right to choose; beneficence, the duty to do good; non-maleficence, first do no harm; and justice, treating every single patient fairly. The whole point is to weave these very human values right into the code of the AI itself.
And this quote, honestly, it just nails it. It gets right to the heart of the matter. The real disruption here isn't AI taking over people's jobs. It's that the people who learn how to use AI are going to replace the people who don't. For pharmacists, that's a pretty clear signal. It's time to adapt.
So what does adapting actually look like? Well, it means building a whole new toolkit. Pharmacists need to get a handle on the basics of AI, get comfortable with data analytics, and master all these new digital health platforms. And, maybe most importantly, they need to become the biggest champions for using these tools ethically and responsibly.
And for those who do embrace this shift, wow, the opportunities are just incredible. We're seeing brand new careers pop up, like pharmaceutical data scientists who team up with AI to find new drug targets, or digital health entrepreneurs who are building cool new services that put this tech right into the hands of patients.
So, at the end of the day, here's the main takeaway. The whole goal of AI in medicine isn't to build some automated system without any people. It's all about partnership. It's about amplifying the incredible knowledge, judgment, and care of human experts with the insane speed and power of machines.
Okay, so let's bring this all back down to earth. What does this actually mean for your next trip to the pharmacy? It means that the person you talk to behind the counter is becoming an even more powerful ally for your health. They're turning into a data-savvy clinical expert who uses AI to make sure the care you get is safer, more personal, and more effective than ever before.
Which brings us to one last big thought. The future of medicine? It's a partnership. The next giant medical breakthrough probably isn't going to come from a test tube. It's going to come from a collaboration between a brilliant human mind and a powerful algorithm. The only real question left is, are we ready for it?